Krista says they added dozens of new volunteers during the pandemic, and they even were able to create a 20,000 frozen meal surplus in case of emergency or if other nearby cities need them. And Jason, our seniors have been some of the most vulnerable, so they've had to really make sure that volunteers were safe, seniors were safe, food was safe. So shout out to them.
And Meals on Wheels, such an important program, so we're glad they're expanding. Let's take a quick look outside, Maddie, and we're actually at our radar. We still have some shower activity on the periphery to the west of the Yakima Valley, and maybe just a hint of a system forming just west of Pullman, but we'll keep an eye on that. But better chance of some shower activity will be for your Saturday. 72 right now and quite a bit of cloud coverage. And again, we thought winds would pick up again today, and they certainly are. 18 miles per hour. Yakima 69, mostly cloudy with 23-mile-per-hour winds. Folks, I'll have a complete look at your weekend and what you can expect in my full forecast coming up.
Well, check this out. A pretty serious delay for travelers headed from Pasco to Seattle this morning when their plane had to make an emergency landing in Yakima. Alaska Airlines tells us a flight attendant reported potential of sparks in the kitchen area. No fire and not even any smoke, but they landed and got everyone off the plane just to be safe. Alaska tells us they brought out another plane to finish their trip hours later than originally planned. Well, a Yakima man died late Tuesday night in a rollover crash on Pacific Avenue near the Yakima Speedway. It's the third fatal crash in that area in the past year and a half. Cap KVU's Emily Goodell spoke with police about the crashes and what can be done to prevent further fatalities.
Yakima police say a 20-year-old man was driving a Volkswagen Golf down Pacific Avenue late Tuesday night when he tried to pass another car using the center turn lane and crashed.
He was driving at high speeds before he left the road, struck a tree, I believe, and then subsequently struck a power pole, and he was killed instantly.
Seeley says investigators found speed was a factor in the crash and alcohol may have been involved. This is the third fatal crash in that area in less than 2 years.
All of those that we've investigated there recently have been driver recklessness, speeding, and at some point maybe alcohol.
In January of last year, 38-year-old Gabriel Ochoa was traveling at high speeds when he failed to make the curve around 18th Street onto Pacific, rolled his car into the Yakima Speedway parking lot, and died from injuries sustained in the crash. A couple months later, in April 2020, 34-year-old Ruth Howard was driving with a 10-year-old girl when she rolled her car near the Speedway. She died at the scene and the girl was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Seeley says they'll be stepping up patrols in the area, but says it's unlikely that further measures, like putting in a speed bump or changing the speed limit, would help prevent this from happening again.
We will commit resources to that area and work on traffic control, but again, these are just anomalies. We don't find that people are speeding through that area. It just so happens that we've had a few incidents where people have been driving reckless, and unfortunately they've left the roadway and were killed.
In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Cap KVU, Local News.
Thank you so much, Emily. And this is the second fatal suspected DUI crash this week in Yakima. Police are asking everyone to remember to drive safe and drive sober.
The latest lawsuit against Washington's new capital gains tax is set to be a face-off between current and former attorney generals. Former Attorney General Rob McKenna says the capital gains tax, which would be imposed on things like stock market money, is really an income tax. Washington's Constitution bans income taxes, and McKenna's lawsuit says voters have repeatedly decided not to change that. McKenna's successor, Attorney General Bob Ferguson, will be in charge of defending the tax in court.
3 cruise lines from Carnival are now setting their sights on their first departures out of the U.S. since the pandemic started, and some will be leaving here from Washington. Cruises from Seattle to Alaska are now set to sail in July. Holland America Line also announced new round-trip cruises from Seattle. The House on Thursday voted to let cruise ships sail from Washington to Alaska without stopping in Canada. The Senate has already approved the change, and next it goes to President Biden. The cruise lines will have to meet CDC health guidelines in order to operate. I'm sure, Jason, there'll be very strict guidelines because you're on a floating hotel.
100%. Let's take a quick look outside. Folks, what does the weekend hold? More showers, cooler temperatures? I'll let you know next.
Still ahead on Cap KVU Local News at 5.
We sometimes see people on the worst day of their lives, and to have a positive outcome and save somebody's life, that's great.
We'll hear from 2 firefighters who had to put their own safety at risk to save a woman and baby from a house fire, now being honored for their bravery.
Next ET, Prince Harry, Lady Gaga, stunning new revelations about their struggles with mental health.
I've been through it and people need help.
Plus, we've got Pink's new family confessions. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Cap KView.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get up to 18% of MSRP cash back on select 2021 models. That's over $4,700 cash back on this Equinox. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Hey, come on, baby, follow me. I'm the Pied Piper, and I'll show you where it's at.
The following message could be life-changing. Have you or a loved one been charged with felony possession of a controlled substance? The Washington State Supreme Court has ruled this charge as unconstitutional. You may have the right to dismiss, remove from your record, or vacate charges and restore certain rights. Your friend or family member may have the right to be resentenced if they are in prison, the right to lower an offender score, and be resentenced. Call Rodriguez, Interiano, Hansen, and Rogers immediately to determine your rights under the law. Don't wait. Call now. 509-783-5551.
Attention RV buyers! Click It RV, your RV superstore in the Pasco Autoplex, is having a huge new and used RV liquidation sale. Acres and acres of RVs being liquidated.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you gonna be mad, bro?
Nobody will beat our service or our prices on any RV.
We guarantee it.
Top manufacturer brands, lifetime warranty, sales parts, and service. Click It RV, your Pasco Autoplex RV superstore's huge liquidation event. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal.
Then get to Click It RV. Tell them I sent you.
Click It RV Pasco Autoplex or clickitrv.com.
It's National Karastan Month at Great Floors.
Now is the perfect time to update your flooring with Karastan while it's on sale. Save on Karastan carpet now with a 2021 whole house installation special. And save on Luxcraft, Karastan's LVP collection, just $449 per square foot in stock. Now with our easy 12-month special financing, what are you waiting for? Karastan from Great Floors. Live beautifully.
Hey, Bi-Mart members, our latest savings book put together exclusively for you is on its way to your mailbox this week. Finish off your patio right with a Cascade Meadows 5-piece patio set and Next Grill barbecue. Gather the family for movie night with a new Philips 55-inch smart TV. And stock the pantry with everyone's favorite snacks, Planters, cashews, and mixed nuts. There are 16 pages full of great savings on its way to you now. Bi-Mart, employee-owned, real value every day.
Before you head outdoors on your summer adventure, head indoors to McCurley Integrity Honda, where the Memorial Day savings are going on all month long. New Pilots starting at only $379 a month. New HRVs starting at only $209 a month. And new Civics starting at only $239 a month. New Hondas are moving fast. So hurry in for the best selection. The Memorial Day sales event at McCurley Integrity Honda. Integrity in everything we do for you. And McCurleyIntegrityHonda.net.
Mental health services at Prosser Memorial Health's primary care clinics. Visit prosserhealth.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, after saving a woman and baby from a burning home in Findlay last fall, 4 local first responders have received the Life Safety Award. Cap KVU's Ellie Nakamoto-White brings us back to that harrowing night and what the award means to these rescuers.
Well, that night, we woke up at 3 in the morning. We're really tired.
Firefighters Jorge Guerrero and Daniel Gore jumping into action on what could have been a fateful night.
The adrenaline is just hitting you and just don't know what to what to think at that moment. But once you get on scene, you go right into action.
Last October, the 2 firefighters, along with deputies Surplus and Childers, were called to a house fire in Findlay.
Just kind of going through scenarios of what we could possibly have and ways of, if we, get the person out, what ways to make it easier for us.
It was their first call ever to a fire where they knew people were stuck inside.
We have a rule, it's called 2 in, 2 out. before you go in. There has to be 2 firefighters on the outside, so if something goes wrong, they rescue you. But there's an exception to that rule, is if a known life safety, a known rescue, we can go in. And that's just what they did.
Captain Ron Fryer says this rare award is recognition for bravery.
It's thrilling. This is the kind of thing, the recognition that we like to give out. We sometimes see people on the worst day of their lives, and to have a positive outcome of something like that we can do a rescue and save somebody's life, that's great. It's just no other feeling like it.
But for Jorge and Danielle, saving lives is just part of the job.
We're very honored for these awards.
In Kennewick, Ellie Nakamoto-White, Cap KVUE, local news.
Officials say they donated presents to the families rescued from the fire for Christmas, and they are all doing okay.